Dabu 7. We have Spain saying that they will lock down more than 1 million people now as this second wave of lockdowns has begun. Many people kind of astonished, looking around saying, there's nothing going on, nothing but the loss of jobs and really just, it seems like a bunch of control of everything. Well, in this case, they're saying that they're doing this specifically around Madrid because of the recent spike. They're saying the Netherlands post new record numbers. China saying that it can produce $1 billion worth of vaccines in a year. And then they try to say that the world has added 360 new cases, or 360,000 new cases, as Poland too prepares for new restrictions. The UK's Tesco imposes new limits on items like wipes and toilet paper. So right on cue, you can see that all of this goes hand in hand. It's not like they were seeing people rushing out to the store to buy things. These things are just being limited. Strangely enough, around here in Kentucky, we've ventured out to several different stores. All the regular smaller stores are all normal. Fully stocked, toilet paper, all your wipes, your anything you need. When you get to the big chains like Walmart or Kroger, guess what? They're limiting items. Why are you limiting items when there's no rush? There's no madhouse. People aren't in here tearing the place apart to get the items. It's as if it was scheduled. Planned. And there's no real reason for it. Like I said, people are not rushing in, clearing the shelves, or doing any of that. So what we're seeing here is they're trying to push again, globally, a lockdown. And many people are just not having it. They're seeing it for what it is, and they're like, this is ridiculous. Every country different. Every country having its own rules, restrictions, so on and so forth. Some countries not implementing much of anything. And we've seen that some of those countries have been just fine. And we go on and on about the details, about the masks, into the vaccine and all that, but I like to do that on the live stream, so make sure to join me. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, on D-Live. And if you don't know, going live now on Friday nights over on Dabu 777. Switching gears, been going live.
Okay, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, that push his word in truth and in sincerity. We see the second wave of this coronavirus lockdown is happening in Sweden and throughout Europe. Soon it's going to hit the shores of America, because that's how everything trickles down. It starts in Europe, and then before you know it, it's on the shores of America. And this second wave is going to come by the way of they pushing that fear in the media. Because what you see in the media is you see spikes in coronavirus, pandemic, And by the way, they're going to use the school children saying that they got sick to go to the parents to come down and to pick them up, and if they themselves to get vaccinated, or if they refuse, they're going to be separated from the children, and that's going to be that, man. And we can see this coming down the pike, and we've been telling y'all, man, this is nothing other than Esau, the so-called white man, with his New World Order agenda. The mags vaccinate, and after they get the people to bow down to the vaccinations, they're going to come with that new digital currency, which is going to be the Alpha-D microchip, which is the mark of the beast. And that's what it's trickling down to. But you people are lollygagging. You can't see it because you have your heads in the ground like an ostrich with your ass in the air, ready to get kicked. And that's just how it is, man. The 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you don't have a clue what's going on, man. Shit, half the world don't have a clue what's going on. But you have people waking up, man, and protesting. And you people eager to wear a mask, or you in the store and you standing next to somebody, they looking at you crazy like back up. Like they're gonna get a disease from you standing next to them, man. That's because they've been programmed and trained like a goddamn puppet, or a meat puppet as the apostles call them, to accept this bullshit agenda, man. And this is trickling down to what Donald Trump has in store. Operation Warp Speed. HR, which is House Resolution 66.66, mass vaccinations by the way of the U.S. military. And that's what it's all coming down to, man. The military will be used to mass vaccinate people, man, and to quell the violence. And I've been having dreams of military presence on the streets of America. Heavy. I've been having dreams of chariots. Heavy. Sometimes I tell brothers, sometimes I keep it to myself. You know? But guess what? Them dreams is gonna come reality real soon, man. I have a few scriptures. We all know these scriptures. We bring them out constantly because we're in that time of martial law. We're in that time where insurrection is going to take place. Hell, insurrection is taking place throughout Europe. The only place is not taking place, insurrections, is America. Because the American citizens, or the citizens of America or Babylon, is too dumbed down to even consider that they've been played like a violin. They've been played, man. Led to a slaughter. Led to the slaughterhouse, man. To be slaughtered. We're in the time of Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30:7. Revelation 12:12. Esau is coming down with great wrath, man. Because he knows that he's about to lose his rulership. Revelation 12:12. Daniel 12:1. Hey, what do you think this means? Ezekiel 9:4. That's a part of Jacob's trouble. Because they out there sharpening them swords, them paramilitaries, man, to swoop down and come into the cities of America to lock this bitch down, man. What do you think they're going to do? That's part of Jacob's trouble. Ezekiel 9. No, it's like Ezekiel 21:9. That sword is being sharpened. Ezekiel 21:9, man. It's a part of Jacob's trouble. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. And it reads, Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And we see that happening, man. We see that happening. Every day is something new on the news, man. Every day a new prophecy is coming to pass, man. Every day we see destruction upon this earth. Who's orchestrating everything? The Most High is using Esau on the left-hand side to do his bidding, man. But 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans can't see that, man. Because you look at Esau as being God, because why? That image of Serapis Christus, which is nothing other than white supremacy, is embedded in your mind. That's nothing but white supremacy. And that's why you look at Esau like he can't do no wrong. Esau being the so-called white man. But he's going to show you his horns real soon, man. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's a race war, insurrection, class of civilizations, if you will, man. The rich against the poor, the middle class against the poor coming up against the middle class to get some subsidies to feed their belly. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition. That word sedition is an uprising against a monarch or a government. And what we doing is also sedition, man. Like the Apostle Gabar and Apostle Tahar brought out, sedition is what we doing, man. Speaking high treason against the government, man. But that's our job to do so. We have been compelled to do so. And there's no getting around that. I rather obey the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah, and then to take heed to these Edomites, man. I'm going to do what I have to do, man. I'm a part of the elect. I'm going to go out there in the highways and the byways. I'm going to put these videos up. I'm going to push this word, man. And I'm pushing this word. I'm putting up a video right now to tell you that, hey, man, there's all kind of lockdowns happening in Europe. Soon it's going to happen over here. And we're approaching November. Here it is, Andrew Cuomo was talking about having the National Guard deployed in the cities of America during the time of election, the week of election. Why? Because if anything happens, they wouldn't have everything in this proper place. Because if Trump win, the Biden and the nigger woman supporters is going to be there at the protest saying that they got cheated. And then if Trump wins, the Trump supporters are going to be doing the same thing. So it's going to be a riot, man. So they're preparing themselves for it. Taking orders from the international bankers, if you will. It says, for there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Do you think these people that's going to be out there protesting and rioting for whatever candidate they selected that didn't get selected by the international bankers? Because the presidents are not elected, they are selected, by the way. So you think you pressing that button to elect a so-called government official, whether you electing Biden or whether you punching the car for Trump? Presidents are elected, they are not selected, man. Remember, slacking. Presidents are selected, they are not elected. Slip of the tongue. Presidents are selected, they are not elected. So get that through your head, man. So all you going out, you casting your vote, all that out there, what you doing, casting your vote, voicing your opinion, you don't have no opinion, man. You just a serf. You just a subject. You just a slave to these people. You as slaves don't have no rights, man. So you have no business out there voting. And that's why it's gonna be a lot of sedition among men out there, man. Because they're gonna be out there bugging out, and because they man and get in the office or whatever the case may be. There's no food on the tables. There's no jobs. So there's gonna be a lot of sedition among men. It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. Why? Because it's gonna be. We come out this countless times, man. We come out with these scriptures countless times. Why? Because it's gonna be martial law. These cities is gonna be locked down. These bridges is gonna be locked down. You're not gonna be able to go into the next city, man. Because it's gonna be locked down, man. We're approaching some heavy times. You see what's going on in Europe? These people are not fluoride bitten. They're not fluoride written. They're on point, man. They don't have their heads in the ground like ostriches, man. They're on point. That's why they're out there protesting. You see a few people wearing masks in the crowd, but people know that shit don't help you, man. Only in America, man. America is the stupidest, most dumbed down country on the face of this whole wicked ass earth, man. And that's just how it is. And it's going to remain that way till this place be destroyed. It says, a man shall, back in 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Why? Because you're going to have people robbing people for their substances, you know what I'm saying? The houses shall be troubled. The city shall be destroyed through what you call insurrection, race wars, uprising of the people, uproars. The city's gonna be on fire, destroyed, man. And that's gonna produce a sore famine. Because once they lock down these cities, man, where them truckers coming in with them goodies? They ain't coming in with the goodies no more. Then you're gonna see all hell breaking loose. Because it's coming. So it reads, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Let me read that again so it can sink in. 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Your neighbor Juan that you've known for 30 years. Your neighbor Sister Betty that you've known for 20 years. Your neighbor Pookie that you've known for 15 years. They're not going to have no pity on you. You're not going to have no pity upon them. Why? Because, I'm going to read it again. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. The modern day sword is the gun, or a bat, or a chain, or a knife, or a billy club. An instrument that can cause bodily harm is the modern day sword, man. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor because, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's what's coming, man. That is a part of Jacob's trouble. Great tribulation, the lack of bread, insurrections, famine, pestilence. That is a part of Jacob's trouble. And we telling you, we warning you, we're approaching the month of the election, which is November. And only the Lord knows what's going to transpire in that month, man. Or before the month, man. Because Donald Trump is wholeheartedly trying to get that vaccination pushed and locked, loaded, and ready to distribute amongst the people, man. For them to take it. Whether they take it willingly or forcibly by the military. Operation Warp Speed. House Resolution 6666. Paving the way for the forced implementing of the offer of the microchip, Salakia, which is the mark of the beast. Hey, we constantly bring these scriptures out to warn y'all. I know we go through the same scriptures over and over again, but guess what? It's to build you up. So when you see these things come to pass, these scriptures will pop in your mind. But only in the minds of the 1/3, the elect, the governing body, the first fruits. The 2/3 is not even going to, a scripture not even going to come into the 2/3 mind. They're going to die to death, man. They're going to have to suffer. The same must know it after death by pain. And pain is coming. Pain, death, destruction, pestilence, and famine is coming. Right along with them thermonuclear missiles and concentrated fire from them chariots. I'm going to drop down. And then I'm going to close this book out. I'm going to close out the lesson. 2 Ezra chapter 15. Verse 24. Hey, the Spirit allowed me to go more, I go more. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. Who the only one could sin and keep not the commandments of the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua? Israel. Because the laws, statutes, commandments was only given to the Israelites, man. Vocab. So those are the only ones that can sin and keep not the laws of the Most High Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, are Israelites. That's it. It says, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will not spare them. I will not spare them. They're going to die to death like that chick on a motorcycle. Like these people getting shot down by police. Like all the people that's been put to death, man, that was their judgment. The Most High is not sparing nobody, man. And there's going to be more judgments to come. It says, let me read it from the top. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 24. Woe to them that sin. Destruction. That word woe means destruction. Destruction to them that sin. And keep not my commandments, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, ye sons. From the power, defile not my sanctuary, man. And the sanctuary of the Lord is being defiled daily, man. Hey, the time is coming, man, where heavy death and destruction is coming upon the earth, man. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. And that great multitude is them Gurkha troops, them UN troops, Interpol, International Police Force, UN troops. That's that burning wrath of a great multitude that's going to be kindled over who? You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans as a part of the 2/3 that's a part of the destruction, that's a part of that sacrifice. Because America is a big altar waiting to be sacrificed, man. Just like the apostles constantly bring out. So it says, for behold, back in 2nd Ezra 16, verse 68, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, being locked in them concentration camps, with things offered unto idols, man. Offered the microchip, them vaccinations, man. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. Revelation, the 14th chapter, the 8th verse on down, man. If any man take that chip, the repercussions is death and destruction, man. Hey, bro, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. And they that consent shall be had in derision. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place, in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Starting with the elect of Israel, on down to the 2/3, man. It's going to be a great insurrection upon the sons of Israel, man. And that's Jacob's trouble. And that's Jacob's trouble. We warning y'all. We telling y'all what's coming down the pike. Whether you will hear, whether you will forbear, that's your own, that's your own affair. As long as we telling y'all, and your blood is not on our hands no more. Because you've been warned. It's up to you to take heed. Another lockdown is coming. And there's nothing you people could do about it but accept it. And give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man. Because that's the Most High's will. You people have not a clue what's going on, man. It says, verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, man. For they shall waste and it says slack it. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses, snatching you, going door to door, snatching you out of your house, throwing you to a concentration camp, locking you, snatching you out of your house, handcuffing you, violating you and your family, separating you, throwing your head first into different vans, and carting you off to different concentration camps, man. That's what's going to happen. That's coming down the pipe, and we warning y'all. Take heed or forbear. So it reads, they shall be like madmen sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Jeremiah 30:7 and 8. The elect's going to be tried in that fire, man. That fire of adversity, man. That fire of adversity, man. Which will come upon the whole world, man. So with that, I'm going to close it out. Just a little quick lesson. Abaratazayyu Akimate was edified. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.